Man, I just literally just got back from the gym and then eating and stuff, but what in the entire fuck news had happened and I forgot all about it. This big ass drop of the market came from the tariff plan. So what the fuck was this? Yeah, it came from this the tariff plan announcement. It happened at what, 4 o'clock or 1600? Yeah, that's 4 o'clock. And like that shit tanked. I ain't think it was gonna do that. Well, literally, I did, but I didn't think today was going to be the day that markets start dropping again. I thought we was going to have like a good rally because I did jump into a buying position today, so it hit target, and then I went on about my day. I think I got what? Let me see how many points I got. I typed it up over here. 313. So today, this is basically today's trade. I've been building up a small $20,000 account. I turned it into 52,000 at the moment. Let me see if I can. There we go. So it turned it into $52,000 from trading at 20,000 since what, March 14th? Yeah, so I started on March 14th and today is April the 2nd. And there was this one trade for the day, five contracts on the buying position, opened at 42,263, closed at 42,576, made a total of 7,800 for the day. But I'm gonna show you something. So this is the account. So I've been growing this since the 14th. Started this account today the 2nd. Of course, let's start from the bottom. So lost the first two trades. Had two contracts on, lost that 900. Then the second trade was doubled up. I don't know why I doubled down on that. Um, so basically, I lost what, like 2,300 basically early, but then I went on like a good streak right here. Got $600 right here with one contract. So I scaled down so to basically not lose so much all in one trade. So scaled down, got back in profit, made 600, 800 here, 1,000, 13, 14. So what am I like? I think it was like 2,300, 23,000 right at that time. Then I took some losses, some small losses, of course, with one contract, but then started scaling back in. The idea of two contracts here, but the price went in favor. It was some sell positions that I was looking at and came back, and I was just like, let me just get out. And then the what's this, the third time? Yeah, like the third or fourth time I jumped in, I was like, yeah, let me go ahead and take this one. So this was a total of $865. What's that? Hmm. I don't know. I was trying to count up the damn points in my head. Couldn't do it. Fuck it. It's all good. But then that was the 18th, and then the 19th lost $100 early in the market. I think that was like right before the market opened. Oh no, it was, yeah, it was right when the market opened. Okay, that I was in there. I was just like close it because it went in profit. And I was like, let me close that at a break even, sort of, kind of, because it came back down to my entry, and I was just like, I didn't want to go through the idea of drawdown if it did keep going down. But then later on in the day, the idea that I did have made 1,900 off of it. Same direction, buying position, 1,900, one contract. So what's that? 1,900. Matter of fact, let's calculate this shit. Calculate this. 19. What's the 19 what? 1905. So one contract is basically putting like $5 in. So divide that by $5, 381 points. That's a lot of points for just one contract too, which is good. Let me see. All right, cool. And then basically another 100 and some change, 109 points in the market. Yeah. And then what, another contract, some losses. So one, two, three, four losses in a row, one and two contracts, trying to scale in. But I'm all in profit at this time. So got to remember that. So I'm really not risking the original capital. So then 1,200 right here. What's that? The 21st. And then another. Yeah, another order for 2000. So that's two contracts on that one. So this is just about 200 points on here, 200 points on here. Then a scalp of what's this? The next, oh, the following week, the 27th, $300. And then two losses. No, one, two, three losses right after that on the 27th. So the 27th, I was just in and out, just losing. Yep, just a bunch of losses that day. Then the 28th, started off with some losses. Did I end off profitable? Yeah, I did end off profitable that day. Yep, I remember that. 900 on that day, 2000 on that trade. They was all two contracts that day. And one contract that I was holding, I just held for, for a little bit more of a time. So, and then what's this? The 31st took a fucking shit right here. Fucking basically $3,000 with these two. But then, of course, they was higher leverage. I was trying to get a bigger situation out of that, but it just was moving a little too fast. It was early, 9:30 a.m. is when the market fresh open, so a lot of money is just flowing into the market, and I'd lost basically. But I doubled back and waited for actual structure to show after the money just started flowing, and basically got those losses back, and along with 3,000 extra. So that was a profitable day. And then what's this? The first. So the first I lost. Did I lose all of them? Nope. The last one. So I lost early. Mind you, I'm already over 30 something $1,000 at the time. So I'm in profit. But then I lost 500 and then 1,000 and then I lost another 500 because I just wasn't confident in this one because I was like, yeah, let me just jump in five contracts. So I was filling it out, trying to see, leverage wise, like how comfortable I can feel of the drawdown. And I was just like, I didn't like the idea that it was just going to go negative behind too fast. Like I was like, let me just get out. And I waited and I waited and I found some structure to risk because on all of these I was basically risking 2,500. So that's my idea. All of these have all reasons behind. So like the one contract, I'm only risking $250 on them. Two contracts, probably five. Three and four, I'm up in the 7 to 1,000 to 1,500 range. And then like overall five, if I'm going heavy with five, then I'm gonna just risk like 2,500. And it's all scaled to the idea of like my pip range. So some of my ideas, my stop loss will go like 50 to 100, 50 points to 100 points of a stop loss. And this is trading the Dow Jones, of course. You can see it clear as day. But made 12,000 off of that. How many points is that? So five contracts, divide that by 1,200. I think I wrote it in here. Let me see. So of course my direct students be seeing this stuff. Did I write it in here? It was a banger ass trade too. Yeah, so nope. Let's just calculate it. Fuck. What's the amount? 12,600. So whoops. 12,600. Divide that by five contracts. Five contracts will be $25 per point. So $25. Yep, 504 points in the market. So let's see. And that was the trade right there, literally. Yep. Let's zoom in a little bit. Yep. So that was the trade going bullish. We had a double bottom situation right here. I bought that the day before. Um, of course, I closed it. I didn't think it was going to keep going that day, so I was just chilling after that. Went to the gym and all of that. But on this day, this $12,000 day was a fucking banger. I got in exactly at the whip, 61.8 on the fib. If you know, you know. Then I pushed, let it push. Got it all the way up to the 0%. I'm not sure. Did it go higher than that? Let's go take a peek real quick. No, because that resistance was right there. So I closed out and I got that whole 500 point move right here. So I came up, made $12,000 on there. But then today, earlier today, I was able to get into the market because I knew eventually it was going to fall. Overall, my idea is bearish because potentially recession and all that good stuff. Um, but for these couple of days, I was seeing like the market was going to at least go a little bit bullish based off of this double bottom that's right here. Double bottom turned into like an inverted head and shoulder sort of kind of. Um, but it is what it is. Price is fully bearish because we got a double top on a higher time frame. We got a double top and then a bearish flag. So like this is all I do. I trade these patterns over and over. I got all of them memorized. So and I'll just mark them up. So we got a double top on the monthly slash monthly, then a weekly. Monthly and weekly confirmed double top. But then we got continuation patterns. So that's a reversal pattern, a double top. But then we had the continuation pattern. And these are the trades that I like to swing on. Sometimes I like to, if they're on a smaller time frame, it's going to be an intraday trade, and I'm trying to get like a whole fib push to certain levels with inside the fib. But when we got monthly and daily and weekly patterns, I like to hold those for like 2, 3 weeks, maybe a month or two, if it stays with inside the idea of a reversal and it continues with a continuation pattern. So literally, I trade all of these over and over, as long as the price action is showing it. But we literally broke out of this situation, came back and retested it, and having a continuation right now. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you on this chart. So I got multiple charts for a reason. Some charts are for swinging, some charts for scalping, some charts for intraday trades. Ugh. So, like I said, let's go to the higher time frames. So we had hit all-time highs on the monthly, but let's go to the weekly real quick. Boom. We got this major trend line that was broken. So price was super bullish for those weeks. Then it just had like a massive sell off. I needed to do a video about this dumbass sell off. That shit pissed me off because I've never seen something so consistent like this as far as 10 straight days of red. It just kept dropping. But it broke the trend line, came up a little, retested the trend line a little bit, settled right here in the beginning of the year in January, but then pumped up, tried to get back to all-time highs, and all that was a retest of the break of this trend line. So basically, the all-time highs was the resistance. So we could actually put a little zone up there. So it literally tapped the zone at the top of the overall top of all-time highs. And soon it rejected the second time because it came up rejected and it came up again and rejected. So it was having a hard time. But once I forgot what news event this was, but it was a news event. It could have been FOMC, maybe. I don't know. But it dropped, came back up, and fully confirmed the double top and dropped harder, breaking this neckline of the support and came back up, retest. I'm gonna show you on the daily. So literally double top. That's that 10 days I was talking about, straight up 10 days of streak just dropping and then a mega drop to break the official trend line, which is crazy. But we had some dropping and pullback dropping. It fully broke that support area. And all this is just a bearish flag right here, all up in here. Let's go to the 4 hours so you can see it a little cleaner. And I had this as an idea before this sell off anyway. So this is my intraday trade for that day, and it actually played out perfectly. But if I'd have held, so if I was swing trading from that day, that's basically what this where this scenario came from. I was like, yeah, it looks like price was going to break out of this flag. So That's what that is. It don't have to always touch three times. Sometimes it's two, sometimes it's three, sometimes it's four touches, and then it breaks out. So it's basically a consolidated channel, and then you get a hard break of it, and then you get a retest of the structure that was just now broken, and then you get the continuation. So that's what we got. We got all of this consolidating going in one direction, going up, eventually broke through it, came back, retested, consolidated a little bit, and then we had this tariff shit today. Trump was talking about tariffs with the tariff plan. It came back up, tapped my break even basically, which if I drag this trend line out, all it did was tap the trend line and dumped and almost hit another level of support. It stayed within this area of support, which is, it rejected off of it. But I'm anticipating it actually coming down and hitting right here at 40,600 and some change, or 40,600 some change. And now my idea is if this area gets broken, that area of supports get broken, of course, that's the target. But if it actually gets broken and continue to fall, we're going into a crazy ass recession. Um, Yeah, we're gonna go into like a crazy ass recession for the summer. Summer's gonna go crazy because the spring we're already here. We already had, I guess, one negative quarter because two quarters in a row would consider, us being in a recession. But we already got one negative quarter. The first quarter was negative. Um, and now we're in the spring and it's gonna be the second quarter. But by the summer, we're gonna know 100% if we in a recession or not. But I personally think we are, but being a trader, we got the opportunity to capitalize off of it. That shit is crazy. Um, so you can see that I had basically turned this $20,000 account to 52,000. What's that? 150% gain so far. Um, so 20,000. Yeah, that's 150% gain. Um, and some change. 2,000. Yeah. And we're just going to keep running this bitch up. But, of course, I lose. I lose about like 55% of the time. So I win about 40% of the time. Sometimes I get up to like 60% of win streaks. But you can see, of course, my losses are just smaller, but my wins, are four times the amount, sometimes 5 to 10. If I see something good and if I feel like holding, like this situation, like the 6,000, I mean, not really. It's just higher leverage, but at the same time, it's still calculated properly. So when I'm doing higher contracts, I'm really risking like 2,000. So that's 10% of the original 10% of the original deposit of $20,000. Um, I ain't willing to lose that much and all in one trade, on not on a consistent basis. I'll lose 200 to 500 with no problem. Sometimes 1,000 because I know I can, take 2 or 3 days to get that back, or one trade to get that back because my risk reward. I ain't the smartest in this shit, but my risk reward is pretty good. Um, but yeah, this is only 2 weeks of work right here. 2 weeks of work and I'm up 32,000. Um, and that's just based off the opportunities that the market is giving. Market is giving crazy moves. Now, like, look at this. If I'd have actually sold all of this, because I knew it was going to be a double top, it just was too choppy in here. And plus, I was buying it way back then. What was this, February? Yeah, February. I was looking for buys because I was like, it doesn't look like it want to drop. And then out of nowhere, it finally dropped. And I just couldn't fully jump in. I don't like jumping in anywhere. Of course, there's probably a pattern somewhere in there, but I didn't care about it. Once it already double top, I was like, yo, all this selling pressure. You just see nut but heavy selling going on. Um, I did catch some though, but I caught a few moves. But look at this. This nasty ass consolidation. I actually bought up in here. Let me see. Let's see, on a scalped and I boarded up somewhere up in here. Come on, load up. Yeah, I bought at the bottom right there. Way back then. Yeah, I bought it right at the bottom, and that shit just kept flying that day. But within the same day, it fell right back down. Of course, I wasn't on the charts because I only trade for about 2 or 3 hours. But that's a crazy continuation, because it's nothing but heavy selling going on. Even Warren Buffett, the great investor of our time, the greatest, he sold all his S&P shares, I believe, and he sold them at the high. So, if you follow that idea to sell and only look for sales as a trader, you'd have made out regardless. Um, Especially when you got someone like Warren Buffett giving off hints like that. But me, I be finding opportunities in both directions. It don't matter. I wake up and I find an opportunity, whether it's going up, it's going down. And if I'm going to lose, I ain't going to lose too much. I'm at most I'm risking profit. But we got a lot of shit going on. I'm actually start listening to some Meek Kev, do some fundamental work because I'm a technical guy. I like to actually read the candles and see what's going on as far as the price action. But guys like him, he knows the fundamentals and he's a good ass investor too. Um, I don't know if he trades. Maybe he does. I don't fucking know. But I like his videos. He gives off a lot of investment ideas and, good advice. Um, Fuck it. Let's look at it a little bit. Let's see
Well,
what he got to say.
Americans, it is officially Liquidation Day. That's right, not Liberation Day, but Liquidation Day. We have just seen the largest scale of tariffs since World War II. The Nikkei is crashing 2.2%. That's actually a lot for them. You've got Bitcoin rotating straight down from its enthusiasm, now sitting at about 85, which is
You know what's crazy? And on Bitcoin, let's go to the chart real quick. I was saying Bitcoin was going to drop down to like 65,000 after it hit its all-time high. What was it? 109, I believe. And it's you can see it's like similar to the Dow Jones. Oh yeah, here we go. So I had I had this idea, been waiting for it to actually just crash. It's just consolidating for the last like week and a half. But it double top, it spiked all the way up to like 109, and of course, double topped and dropped. Had the break of this support, came back and retest. So back here, this is the time that I jumped in the sell position. I'm already out of it because like who the fuck wants to go through all that fucking headache of back and forth, back and forth. But yeah, so my whole official idea is for it to come back and touch this trend line that it broke out of way back here. So we had the massive breakout after, is this election? I think that's election. Yeah, well Trump got in. Yeah. Won the election, popped, and this shit just kept soaring up. Went to 108, dropped back down to like 90 something. Yeah, 90,000, double bottom right there. Then popped all the way back up, popped back all the way up to 109. And then after it hit 109, said bye bye, never seeing that again. Double topped and dropped. Um, but let's see what's going on back here. Yep. So all of this consolidation before election. What time is that? That was March. All it did was consolidate all the way through October, March to October, just straight back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and then eventually popped. And now we're about to retest these levels on the opposite side of this trend line. So, of course, price is still bullish overall, especially coming back from way back there. I don't even feel like going to look at that, but it's bullish overall, but it will come back and eventually touch this trend line. The one thing about trend lines is somehow, some way it's going to touch it. And gaps, they always going to get filled, all type of shit. This market is super repetitive. No matter what asset you're trading, It could be even gold. Gold is at crazy all-time highs. I never thought gold would be this high, this easy, the way it is. Gold, let's look at it real quick. This shit is fucking crazy. Gold is at 3,100, my bad. $3,146 per ounce. Look at this shit. This shit was a non-stop buy. You should have just bought gold and not care about it. Like, look at this. The last time it was like bearish, I don't even fucking remember. Let me get some of this stuff off the chart. But look at this. Ever since 2022, you could have bought back in October and just held on because that was the last time it was like going down and like in the negative because you got a double top right here. But just could have bought and that shit just kept going up even all year. So since December, there was no drawdown. Or it was this, right up in here. Yep. So December, right around Christmas, no drawdown. Buy it. We only had one candle that pulled back on a weekly. That is crazy. I've never seen gold do some shit like that. Well, I did, but not really. Not to that extent on a weekly. Look at this shit. The weekly usually is looking like this, bouncing back and forth, doing some type of structure. But we're in like no man's land of just like we don't know where the top is going to be. Oh shit, what the fuck did I do? All right, there we go. Yeah, we're in no man's land. It's not a good idea to even try to sell, but you know the sell is coming. You know that shit's gonna come eventually. Eventually, that shit's gonna come. It's gonna start testing these levels, but that shit is gone, bro. So shout out to the people that's buying and holding gold, whether you're trading it or have have some actual physical gold. Matter of fact, I like looking at this. Hold on, check this out. So this JM Bullion, you can actually buy gold. So these are grams, 20 grams, will get you at 2,200. Let's go to some bars real quick. Get them gold bars. How much they selling a whole brick for? Let's go to a key. Let's see what they got for a whole kilo. 103 for one key? God damn. They say Bitcoin is the gold of digital currency. Bitcoin is the 1 kilo, 999.9 fine gold. God damn. Yeah, so 103 for 1 kilo for one brick. I gotta get one. People talking about buying a whole Bitcoin. I want a whole kilo. I want a couple kilos. Couple Bitcoins too, but a couple whole Bitcoins. I got Bitcoin, but I ain't got like a whole Bitcoin stored away or anything. But yeah, man, this shit is fucking amazing. The markets is going crazy. I don't even want to look at all these other shit. As a matter of fact, let's see what Tesla probably down. Look at motherfucker. Oh, okay, it popped a little bit. I don't even feel like talking about it. What we got? Netflix. Let's see. Let's see real quick. See if it touched the level that I like. Oh, okay. So ever since I don't think ever since Elon mm, had did that, I don't even want to say what it is. It's been, dropping. Of course, it just retested all this level because we had that big push right in the beginning of the year, coming from with the election and then the New Year's pop and then drop. Well, we had that inverted head and shoulders where, a lot of people was on it. They didn't know that it was an inverted head and shoulders, but some people had owned stock and it was, oh my God, it's all up, but I don't even want to talk too much about it, but because people don't like Elon right now, he cool. He's sort of kind of smart. But yeah, anyway, this trading shit is It's amazing what the charts is doing these days. So I'm gonna just keep trading and see where I can grow my accounts too. Oh man, damn. Oh yeah, I was looking at Kevin. Goddamn, my bad. What you saying
Kind
now?
of roughly where it started, but it did run almost up to 89K there under some enthusiasm because Trump kind of took a while to get to the punchline. And I want to save you the effort because boy, oh boy, the punchline is this good old chart right here. This chart is the punchline. The idea is that Mr. Lutnick has taken the last 30 days and he's actually sat down to put together his list of the dirty 60. They have a list of about 60 different countries that they want to specifically tariff. Every single country in the world, you know, we got like what, 192 of them or whatever, 10% tariff, baseline. We start at 10%, no negotiations. Okay, well, this is a game changer, first of all, because I want you to remember where we started. When you actually weigh the tariffs by percent of goods that are traded on those tariffs, and you weigh those tariff rates, I want you to understand what we're starting with. This is what we're starting with. And this is from the World Bank. Hong Kong, no tariffs. Singapore, no tariffs. A lot of people call it Singapore Inc. Germany, 1.3%. France, 1.3%. Italy, 1.3%. Canada, 1.4%. United States, 1.5%. Okay? Donald Trump's proposals now to put a 10% floor on everyone is greater than every single other actual trade dollar weighted tariff that exists. Trump's proposal goes as high as over 30% for some countries, and that's because Lutnick has sat down and decided, you know what we're going to do is we're going to bundle together every possible thing that we could say bad about another country, such as, oh, well, other countries manipulate their currencies, or they use child labor, or anything basically that makes them different. Emission standards, whatever. Anything that makes them different, we will consider that a tax on American products, which I get the argument. You know, if other countries are legally using children and we're not, that's bullcrap. Get it. But understand what you're toying with here for a moment. You are toying with a U.S. economy which relies about 13% on its GDP from trade. In other words, 13% of our GDP comes directly from imports. Okay, when you compare back to the Great Depression, we only relied on imports for about 3.9% of our damn trade. So now all of a sudden, we are imposing.
See on that, I think the next step is that country.
All of a sudden, we are imposing some of the greatest tariffs that we have ever seen, suggesting even that Smoot-Hawley didn't go far enough. We are imposing some of the greatest regime-changing tariffs ever. This is way worse than people expected, mind you. We're imposing some of the greatest regime-changing tariffs ever at a time when we're actually more reliant on imports than we had been in history. Now, Donald Trump said,
Yeah, I'm gonna just watch the rest of that shit on my own later. I don't want to fucking sit here and record all of his content. That's pretty cool. Like I said, he's all about the fundamentals. He read all of this. Like he understands all of this stuff. I don't understand. I understand it to a certain extent. But we had news at what? Yeah, 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock high impact news. I didn't even know it was actually a thing. I forgot about it. I forgot to even look at the charts. Well, look at this specifically. Look at the list for news this week, which sort of kind of part of my homework. I don't even really be paying attention to some because it's NFP week. NFP week, I rarely give a damn about what's going on. I just wait till NFP actually hit on Friday, every first Friday of the month. I wait for it to actually hit, and it sets the trend for the direction that I really want to overall trade. So, but it already started moving in my direction that I've officially wanted because, of course, like I said earlier, I was in a buying position. I was in a buying position based off the market open. I don't know, like the market's just be having volume every single day, regardless of what type of day it is. Usually, I'm used to consolidation on NFP week, so I usually don't trade, which is another reason why I got into this trade kind of late. I seen that this was a reverse, and I seen that it was going to be, a bullish engulfing, and then the market just started pushing at the what's this 10 o'clock candle. and I just chilled. I was just like, I really don't want to trade. So I actually jumped down to a smaller time frame to get my entry. So I was just like, all right, well, my fib is loaded up. Let me just let me just take a trade off of the fib idea that I had. So I waited for price to close right here. And I was like, ain't no way that price is going back below the 38.2%. So I was just like, let me get in position. I knew that this area was resistance. So I was like, all right, let me wait for the pullback. Pullback happened on this little wick. It's pretty small. This little wick right above the 23.6, and then I jumped in. I was like, let me go ahead and risk 100 points. Really, I rarely let it hit my stop loss, but I was like, let me see. If it goes like negative 50, 60 points, I just close out. But I only took one trade today. It pumped up, came back, respected the 23.6. It was still bullish on the 4 hour. 4 hour was saying I should hold, of course, so I held, and then it pumped and we got, what's that, like, let me just count it out. God damn. So from my entry, I think I said it earlier. Oh yeah. I got 313 points in the market with 5 contracts totaling out to 76 or 7,800. Let me see. Get the fuck out of here. Uh, oh yeah. Okay, $7,800. Um, that was this trade. Yep, that's what we started off with. My bad. I forgot. So much going on in the market got me thinking so much. Yeah, so I started this account with 20,000. Currently, right now, 52,000. And yeah, we just let me get caught up fast. Gold just tweaked heavy on bipolar. Right. Yeah, so let's see. Yeah. So I'm the only one that's going to basically trade this week because, the guys, they just chilling. Nobody don't want to trade. I usually don't trade NFP week, but yep. So like we had that breakout. Man, had that breakout that day. And that's why I had the idea swinging it all the way down to these levels. Price had did his retest. I caught the retest. Who's that? Is that mine? Yeah, that's mine. I caught the retest on a bounce back. Closed out early. Didn't care. That shit continued up. And then seeing that price was only retesting, I knew it was going to have some type of reaction to start selling off again. And then it actually pumped up some more. So I took that. So I'm not always fully biased. I'm going to trade whatever direction I see the market's ready for. Uh, that's one of my students, AB. He was down. He was down 1,200 the first week. This week right here, and then now he's up 1,400. So 1,200 minus 26. So yeah, so he's up. He's up 1,400 on his funded account with Top Step. That's pretty good. He got multiple accounts with Top Step, so he got 1,400 across all four of his accounts. So what's that, like $5,600 that he's up overall? Yeah. So I had, the idea. What day was this? I don't fucking know. Yeah, 30,000. I was in profit already, 10,000. So I'm just holding some one contracts. Yep, yep. Yeah, what day was that? It was the 8th? Oh, 28th, my bad. Yeah, so I was seeing the potential of this sell-off happening again. back down to these levels. So if I'd have held this position, I would still be holding. Like I would not care. But that take too fucking long sometimes for it to actually hit your target. So I'd rather just go ahead scalp and then intraday trade. Make make shit happen. Oh yeah, so 1400. That's it. Yep. On his express funded accounts with Top Step. 1600 that day. Up a total of 1400. So he got 4 accounts. So they all linked together. Um, yeah, he was tweaking out that day. But yeah, if you know, you know. Mm-hmm. 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 Ah! Shit. Well, I don't even want to say too much about that. That's for another day. But yep, we had the tariffs. I'm putting tariffs on China. I'm putting tariffs on Canada and Mexico. Let me get off while I say some wild shit. Ugh.